AI is changing everything, our private lives, our professional lives. Let's see what AI could be doing to help you take your team to the next level. AI is changing business rapidly, dramatically, and permanently, and all enterprises depend on customers. For-profit, not-for-profit, we all depend on buyers coming in and helping us support our operations. Buyers are more sophisticated now than ever. Some are more sophisticated than salespeople and sales professionals. Customer-facing team members, which may be many more people than we've typically thought about in the past, need to be the best in class, not only better. It's okay that we're going to be better this year than we were last year, but we have to be the best now in order to compete. Buyers are expecting more than a transaction. They're expecting an experience. They're looking for something different. AI makes continuous quality improvement easier, as we will see. AI provides the resources that we need for more frequent and what is now more necessary training episodes. 15 minutes once a week may be all that you need. You choose the topics. Everyone on your team participates. Each team member has an opportunity to facilitate one of the training sessions, and I'll explain that as we go through this. And you can use effective professional training principles thanks to AI. They can help. The categories that you can use for your training: updates. When we look at the pace of change now, we see updates happening more often. Our product updates, service updates, administrative changes, and even safety updates can be managed through this process. Best practices can be shared. You want your people sharing best practices with each other. That improves communication, also builds consistency, and it helps us perform better overall. The AI options, artificial intelligence options that your people uncover, can be shared in these sessions, and everyone can capitalize on them. But primarily, this helps with team building in your team and within other teams as you work with other people in your organization. Here's the format. The team leader or the facilitator chooses the topic. So whoever's in charge of your department or whoever's doing the training that particular episode picks the topic. The content can be distributed prior to the meeting. In fact, that's preferable. And you can have all the participants review the content and then come into the session and discuss it. It can be an article, a YouTube video, an e-learning module, or any other media. You review the content in the session. How does this apply to us? How can we use this? The best ideas are going to come from the team collaboration. Whenever two minds come together, a third mind is created. Imagine how many ideas you could create bringing your team together on a regular basis. But there's more. You may adjust the length of the training sessions based on your particular circumstances, shorter or longer. Shorter sessions can actually be conducted without chairs. Everyone has looked at the material. You come in, discuss it for 15 minutes, and then leave. Longer sessions, if that's what's appropriate for your team, can include refreshments. But you're focusing on learning and changing behaviors. That's what this is all about. If we make no changes in our behavior, we can expect no changes in the results. The teams that are going to be in your learning sessions, primarily it'll be just your team, sharing ideas, coming up with updates, but you may want to include adjacent teams, for instance, sales and customer service. You're both customer-facing, dealing with pretty much the same issues, so you'd like to have everyone on the same page. You could also have what I call cousin teams, which might be sales and manufacturing. When I'm consulting with a company, quite often I will find that it's not a sales problem, it's a manufacturing issue. Or, it's not a manufacturing problem, it's a sales issue. So when we include other teams in our sessions, we can prevent, predict, overcome these kinds of issues when they occur. There are what I call issue-based teams. An example would be sales and accounting. Accounting needs more detail. Sales needs for the accounting people to understand there's some details they just can't supply. So when we have these people all in the same room at the same time, reviewing the same content and asking how can we use this, we can predict, prevent, and overcome problems. You may want to have sessions where the leadership of your organization also participates, all the way up to and including the president and CEO when that's appropriate. We're looking at sharpening our axe as frequently as possible and as differently as possible. Here are some rules of engagement for this program, some ideas for making the most of your sessions. First of all, you want to have a fixed day and time for these sessions. In this calendar that you see here, it's the second and third Tuesday of every month. It can be anything. Once a week is even better. So you have a same time, same day of the week when these sessions are going to occur. That way people can plan ahead and make sure that they're available. You want to make attendance in these sessions compulsory or mandatory. In other words, this is a priority. This is not something we're doing for funsies. This is important. This is how we're going to take our team to the next level. Encourage participation from everyone. If you have someone on the team that doesn't seem to want to talk or chime in, let them lead the next session. Draw them in. Everyone has good ideas. Whenever two minds come together, a third mind is created. We need all of those minds. Consider a multi-session theme. For instance, for the month of June, we're going to be focusing on quality. So all the sessions that we have in June will focus on quality. There are a lot of different ways to use this program, and there are a lot of different benefits. First of all, consistency. Everyone's going to be on the same page. You can have growth strategies for each individual. Customer and stakeholder relationships will improve. As you collaborate and come up with better ideas, you will improve the communication all through the organization. Not just your team, but all through the organization, including down to your customers. Look at this environment for a moment. You're exchanging ideas. You have a formal process for exchanging ideas. You can eliminate misunderstandings, and you can predict and prepare for future events. It's a great way to do this. You can identify new opportunities. In sales, vertical and horizontal opportunities will emerge as your team is collaborating. You can find new ideas for productivity and quality and innovation. If these ideas are helping you, or you think this process will help your organization, would you help me by hitting the subscribe button and the like button? This is the way we can continue doing programs like this, and there are others on this topic and other topics in the works. Thank you. Thanks to AI, these sessions will be easier and better than ever before. Some members of your team will say, well, I've never trained before. I've never led a session before. I don't like speaking in front of a group. I don't know how to make a handout. Doesn't matter. AI will do that for you. For a single session or a series of sessions, you can go to AI and say, create a plan for a series or a singular 15-minute training session on this topic. And you put in your company information and the topic information. Give it as much information as you can, and it'll produce the training session for you. AI can create the discussion questions for you. Simply go in, put in the instructions, and AI will come back and give you some ideas. Now, if you would like 3 discussion questions, in a 15-minute session, 3 is typically enough. After you've had some discussion, then you open with some questions. 3 is typically enough. Ask for 5, ask for 8, and pick the ones that you like best. AI is going to help you with this. It can actually coach the facilitator, the person who says, well, I don't like speaking in public. I don't know how to speak in front of the room. No worries. Go to AI and ask for ideas and suggestions. It will even create the images for you. It'll create the handout for you. Now that we have AI, these sessions can be more productive, easier to produce, and more successful. The advantages of using this particular format, the first one is time. It takes a lot less time. People are away from their desk for shorter periods of time. There's no travel time. There's limited prep time. And think about this. When you ask people to review the information before the session, they can do it at their leisure, early in the morning, late at night, at the coffee shop. There are a lot of different ways this is going to benefit your organization. And the expenses are less than other ways of training your salespeople. Public seminars, there's a cost to go to the seminar. There may be travel involved. And when you bring in professional trainers, well, it's a great idea because of the value they bring to the session. However, there are some expenses involved with that. And the convenience is the big thing. These are easy to schedule and reschedule, and you can even have an impromptu session if you like. You could send out a notice to everyone that says, hey, this afternoon at 3 o'clock, we need to gather for one of these sessions and share some ideas on this particular topic. Gives people time to prepare, and they can show up. You can do this almost on the fly. Now, there are some alternatives, some valuable alternatives for training. One is going to seminars and conventions and conferences. I'm a big proponent of that. It's something we need to do. Do it as needed. You get industry knowledge that you're not going to gain only internally. There's networking, there's specialized training, there's all kinds of value in being a part of a conference or a convention or an association. And then there are times when you need to bring in the professional trainer. I recommend you look at doing it at least twice a year for different departments or for the same department. They bring new information in. They are professional trainers. It's going to be intensive. Typically, it has to be consolidated to a single period of time, like a half day or a full day. But ask them how they are going to tailor their presentation to your specific needs, and ask for what follow-up materials they will be able to offer you and your team members. So, how do you get started? First of all, pick a topic. Pick a topic and then consider going to AI and query it and ask it a question like, what are the most important aspects of this topic for companies in our industry or for our organization? And it will give you some ideas for developing your curriculum. Then, type your topic in a search window. Whatever topic you've come up with, go to a search window in a website like YouTube. That would be one of the best ones. And look for the videos that are going to pop up. Pick one of the videos. Look at least 3, but 5 would be better. And which one of those do you think would be not only most relevant for your situation, but one that your team would appreciate? Then you circulate that to your team members so that everyone reviews it prior to the session. One of the optimal ideas is to use a handout. A handout with fill in the blanks is very appropriate because our learning increases by a factor of 11 when we see something written in our own handwriting. It's okay to take notes on a device, but when we write it in our own handwriting, our subconscious minds will pick up on it and hold it even better. Ask for examples. When you start the presentation, ask for examples of situations where this topic has impacted the members of your team. Or you might want to find a professional online course. It's called e-learning, and when you find one of those courses, many of them will have support materials that you can use, and some of them are free. In fact, you'll find some on YouTube. You'll find some on different trainers' websites. Mine is chuckreeves.online. You'll find some free courses there. Now, how can I help you? My specialty is sales, value-added selling, overcoming or eliminating the price objection. So sales development for your customer-facing team members is an area where I specialize. You learn how to overcome or eliminate the price objection and now make better and faster use of AI to become even more competitive and more productive. It helps in all aspects of sales. You'll learn the new 1-3-5 approach that my clients are raving about, and you'll simplify and intensify the effectiveness of your selling by using plush selling. Another area where I can help is customer service. My program is called Customer Servicing, so you can turn your customer service efforts into a profit center. Customers take the word of a customer service person over the word of a salesperson, and account retention and growth should be the responsibility of those people that the customer will trust. In my customer servicing program, there's a leader's guide in the curriculum, and there's a separate handout for every lesson, which means with 26 lessons, you'll have 6 months of weekly training just in how to deal with customers better, how to turn grumblers and complainers into endorsers, how to turn those troublesome accounts around. It also has several sales training modules built into the course, and you'll find this at chuckreeves.online. Here's what the website looks like. You can see the sales course there. You can see the customer servicing program and this one on communication. You might want to start with that one for your first training session. This is a wonderful opportunity now that AI is here. It helps us take all of our people to the next level. It helps us serve our customers better and become more revenue-driven and more profit-driven. And by the way, this is your last chance to help me help you by clicking the subscribe and the like button. I appreciate your time. Teach others.